Well, hi everybody. I'm still on the subject of the concert. I told you about Patsy Cline and about Richie Valens. Now, after they left out, then Connie Francis came. The gal that was pretending to be Connie Francis came on to the stage, and I have to say that I like Patsy Cline performance a lot better than I did Connie Francis, because this gal just did not. Oh, she tried to dress like Connie did when she sang. She had her pants and she had boots on, but they weren't the white cowboy boots that Connie Francis wore. These was flat-heeled white boots, and then the pants was all wrong, because Connie Francis, I believe, wear the capri pants. So anyway, she sang songs, and it was the songs that Connie Francis did, and she sang them all right. And the songs that she did sing of Connie's, it brought her back a lot of memories and everything. So, I mean, I can't say too much more about her performance rather than that. But then they took a 3-minute break, or 4 or 5-minute break, so they could bring the piano and everything and set it up for Jerry Lee Lewis. And boy, did he ever come in on the stage. He was really, really terrific. I mean, I know that Jerry Lee Lewis played the lead piano, and I know that there has been several just outstanding pianists and everything, but outside of Jerry Lee Lewis, this is the only person I have ever in my life heard that could play and sound like Jerry Lee Lewis. But he has got Jerry Lee Lewis down pat. And he needs to get a different wig. Oh, he's got this blonde thing that he sets on his head, and it's got to be really, I mean, really fixed on his head really good, or it'd fly off, because he's going to say, like this all the time, like Jerry Lee did when he's playing. And I appreciated the seats that we had, because the way they set that piano, we could see the keys and his hands and everything just perfect from where we were at. And you know what? He'd take his hands like this. See how, it just looks like a flashing. I mean, you see my fingers? They look like they're flashing, right? And, well, that's the way his hands and fingers looked when he's playing. Playing so fast that it just looked like a blur nearly. I mean, you could tell, but he just looked like a blur. And then he'd go woo woo woo, and he'd play the piano. And then, every once in a while he'd take that foot up where he's shaking his legs and his head, and he just going, and his hands and everything. How he can get everything going at once, I don't know, and keep it going. I don't know. But then he'd take his foot up, and go bloop on the keys, It was fun. I mean, it was fun. And anyway, he said that he started playing the piano when he was a young boy, and when he was 16, he said it was just something about Jerry Lee Lewis through the years but at 16 he started playing, or trying and doing his best to play like Jerry Lee Lewis, because he was his idol. He said that he's always been his idol. So anyway, he started, and then by the time he was 18 or 19, he was performing on stage, as he did last night, as Jerry Lee Lewis. And he was saying that in 2005, that Jerry Lee Lewis came to see his performance, which he did not know that he was coming, but he did. And then afterwards he came back, and he talked with him and visited with him. And he said that was the first time he'd ever met Jerry Lee Lewis in person. And Jerry Lee told him then that he approved of the way he played and the way he done, that he approved very highly. And as long as he did the performance, portray him like he did, then he was welcome, that he was so great, because there's nobody else I guess I never heard of them that performed Jerry Lee Lewis. Now you take Elvis Presley, there's millions of them, and others, that try to get up, and perform and be like somebody else, but I've never known of anyone or ever seen anyone that did Jerry Lee Lewis. And anyway, he was just so good. I mean, he sang some of the songs and everything that he did, and I mean, the way he could play that piano. I mean, Liberace had his way of playing, but this guy, I mean, well, just like Jerry Lee Lewis had his, he's just Jerry Lee Lewis. And anyway, he got up and stood up on the. He got up and stood up on the bench, and the band just kept playing. He jumped up on the bench where he's sitting, and he started shaking his leg like Elvis did. And then he got his whole body a-going, and I mean his hips and everything, and he stood up there for at least a couple of minutes and just shook it all to pieces. That was funny to watch. Oh, that was just entertainment. That wasn't his playing, but I mean, he could really shake it, I'll tell you that. Besides shaking it, playing that piano while he's doing that, his legs is going back and forth, and I mean, his knees, he had them just a-going and tapping in his, oh God. And his head a-going and his body a-going, and him playing how he could, that was amazing to me. How he could keep his head and his body and his legs a-going and his hands all at once, all the same time, and him keep playing like he did. It was amazing. He's a very talented young man. And he was really fun to watch. And I guess that's just about all that I could say about him. That I just, he was on there for about 45 minutes. And then at the very end, he really got up, he stood up and bent over and playing the piano, standing up, and he was a-dancing and his feet was a-going and everything, and him a-singing and singing and singing and shaking that head back and forth as he's standing up and everything. I got tickled because on the very last note, he went like that with the piano and went like that, and the band stopped. He fell on the floor. He just laid it. He just fell out on the floor, just laid it. I mean, he was tired. I mean, he had to stop and take water a few times, and he had to take his coat off, and he rolled up his sleeves of his shirt, and he had to, I mean, he was just going like mad all the time. I just wondered when he would just pass out or give out or whatever. He'd take a towel and wipe his face and everything every once in a while. He had to get drinks of water three times, and no wonder he fell out. I told my husband, I says, well, I bet he lays there for a while. But he got up and everybody roared and everything, and he thanked everybody, and he went off the stage. But he was terrific. But I think I liked Richie Valens' performance out of all of them, but Jerry Lee Lewis come in, second. And the girls, well, they were okay, and I enjoyed listening to them, and especially their songs. And they did sing the most favorite songs of those girls that they sang. So, it brought back memories, and it was good. So that's just about all that I can say about that, and this is the end of, and I want to thank everybody, and God bless everybody, and I hope you enjoyed me telling about the concert and everything. And by the time I got to the room, I went right straight to the room right after the concert. It was a little after 10 o'clock when it was over with, and I went right straight up and I eased into the room, My husband and my daughter said they's going not come to the room yet, but I went right straight to the room, and there lay my little baby daughter. I mean, she can't sleep without a fan, and they had turned on the air conditioner, and she was bundled up from head to toe with her face and her nose out and sound asleep, and that fan going right in her face. I couldn't sleep with that fan in my face like that. But she says she's been that way for years and years. She says she cannot sleep without that fan. And she has got that apnea or whatever, that sleep apnea, whatever. She's had to wear a mask, but I see that she hadn't been wearing her mask here lately. There for a long time, she wore it all the time. So, alright. Now that's about my daughter and us at the concert. And what happened. And I'm just going to get off of here and say, I always wish all of you God bless and Godspeed and love you all. And I'll hear you Tuesday. Yeah, I've got a doctor's appointment. And there's other things I got to get around and do on Tuesday. But so help me, I'm going to try and get it all over with by 4 o'clock so I can be and listen to the results. Because I enjoy being on the radio show with everybody. So God bless, and I'll see you on the radio show Tuesday at 4 o'clock. All right, bye now.